Pay attention, America, especially if you live in New York City, because they just passed legislation on 2.13. Google it. New York 2.13. This article was published on November 22nd, 2023 by Armstrong Economics, and it was put up on LinkedIn. You guys can find this article very easily. This article on 2.13 is stating that the government now has legal authority to remove residents from their homes and force them into quarantine camps. There is no age restriction. Children can be removed from their homes without parental consent. They do not need to warn citizens when they are coming or how long they must be quarantined. You will be required to take any steps the state mandates, including taking medications against your will. There is no due process, no court hearing, and no rule of law, as the government may now abduct citizens in the name of public health. It goes on to state, you may not even take a test to determine if you are sick. The state has full authority over you and your body. This is one of the most restrictive and oppressive pieces of legislation to pass in U.S. history and nullifies our freedoms. There is one last chance to save New Yorkers, and that is the Court of Appeals. If they can do this in New York, they can do it anywhere. We must raise awareness of what is actually going on before it's too late. Do you understand what that legislation is saying? That they can kidnap you, break into your home just because they think you're sick, and put you in a quarantine camp and force you to take medications against your will. Does that sound like freedom to you? Because to me, it sounds like a dictatorship where they can come in and remove you or your children and force you to do things against your will because they think that you are sick. My fellow Americans, we need to stand up and stop this legislation. We need to stand up and come together and take back our freedom and our liberty in this country. It's up to you to do the right thing, because government is going to continue to push its will on the American people. And if you don't stand up and fight, all hope is lost in this country. Google New York 2.13 and read the article for yourself, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We need to stand up. Vote for Anthony Hudson and vote for your freedom, because as Americans, we deserve better. Now,
Shalom. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and I saw this video, and I've been seeing other brothers do videos on and lessons on this topic, and I saw this particular TikTok on Mahaloya's channel, the elder out in Kansas City, and Lord willing, this comes to pass. Lord willing, the brothers in New York and the elders and apostles are all good because the Lord's got them, but it seems like we're entering into those times, the times where the devil will come down with great wrath because he knows that he hath but a short time. And this should be scary to most people out there, because this bill doesn't just have to stay in New York. The other states can pass their own, and it could become federal. It can be larger, all encompassing. And from what it seems like, because I did Google it and read through some of the bill, but they can just come into your house with just having suspicion that you might be sick or carrying some disease that could hurt the public or whatever they'd like to say, and they could take you, your wife, your kids, your dog, anybody, and put them into a quarantine camp until they say that you're good to be released. So the time isn't even specific. It could be however long they want it to be. And it does speak of camps. These camps exist, these concentration camps or quarantine camps, whatever you want to call them. These exist, and the government is getting ready to come down with great wrath. Because you can see all this stuff is falling. The economy is falling. The cohesion between people and groups of people is falling. It's failing. There's great division, not just here in Babylon, but worldwide. There is division. And this place is falling. So they're going to have to go to some drastic measures to get their NWO set up. And it's going to include putting people into these different camps for whatever reason they might call it. And it's a pretty ingenious way of doing it, calling it a medical emergency and throwing people into camps. But we got enough of that. Let's just go straight to the scriptures, because this Isaiah 59 and 19 came to mind right away. And it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west. And we are in the west. And his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood. So coming in rapidly, coming in extremely quick and powerfully. It says, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. So the Lord, he's going to protect us against what's coming to happen. So let's go to that word standard. And it's Strong's H 5127. Nawas. I believe it's Nawas. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it says to flee, to escape. And Yahushua was able to just disappear from the people. And he said, we shall do these things in greater. So there's no reason to not believe that he can just make us disappear. He could give us those spiritual powers. He could do anything. He could blind them and you just walk out. Anything could happen. It says to escape, to take flight, to depart, to disappear, to drive hastily. And then down here at the definition, it says to vanish away, to subside, to escape, to chase, impel, deliver, to be displayed. And this is when the Lord will display his power. Put to flight. And in order to put people to flight, if we were to put them to flight, we would need spiritual powers. It says to lift up a standard. And then going down in the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, there was another word that I saw. Right here in the middle, it says vigor and freshness. And the Lord did say he would make us a new sharp threshing instrument, make us into a new sharp threshing instrument. And so this could be that time where brothers get spiritual powers, and that's what we're waiting for. We want the power, we want the deliverance, we want the second covenant, so that the law, statutes, and commandments will be put into our inward parts, so we'll never go off again. And that brings that immortality too. We just need Yahushua. We need Yahushua to return. I'm going to go to the Apocrypha and get this last one. It's down here at 70. So 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 70. For there shall be in every place and and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And so this could be dealing with this bill and locking people up, busting in their doors, taking them away to camps. It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So they're going to be going crazy, coming in like a flood. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. So that's when the elect will be revealed, when the standard is lifted up. And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. And that is what we have been waiting for so long, to get out of this place, to have our enemies cast down, to receive those powers. And this all requires Esau to make his move. Once he makes his move, the Lord can lift a standard and get us out of here, or get these prophecies rolling faster, get the nukes over here, get the chariots here, and deliver the elect of Israel. And so there's nothing to fear. We're looking forward to this. We want this to happen. And Lord willing, 2024, it gets popping. And so, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.